So I'm here with Jacob Kolker of The Extraordinaries. And Jacob, could you just share a few words? What is The Extraordinaries, number one?
Sure. The Extraordinaries is smartphone software that allows anyone with a few minutes free to engage with a cause or community that they care about from anywhere on Earth within cell phone reception, and accomplish volunteer tasks directly on the smartphone, translating documents, adding subtitles to advocacy films, being a citizen journalist. There's literally thousands of ways that you can use the 9 tools in a smartphone to accomplish action, to do social good, and that's what we facilitate.
So when would someone use this app?
Sure. Well, we, throughout our daily lives, have all of this spare time when we're riding on the bus, when we're standing in line at the bank, the post office, the doctor's office, the airport security lane. Any moment where you have a few minutes of that idle time where you're just kind of waiting, kind of doing your thing, that's where The Extraordinaries really flourishes, I think.
What do you think will be some of the more popular applications from a volunteer's standpoint? You mentioned in the presentation that you have tagging of photos and translations. Can you comment on those activities?
So I think there are thousands of ways people can use the system. I think some of the stuff that gets me really excited is exploring outer space from your smartphone. I mean, that's so cool. And when NASA or GalaxyZoo.org, which is another great crowdsourcing initiative, when a lot of those organizations start to port that over to a smartphone platform and we engage new scientists and science-based groups, I think that's really cool. Or how can we use this to cure cancer? And I know that's a very blanket statement, but when you think about 10,000 people looking for lumps in mammogram scans, or any other instance, that we can really use that human intuition to help look for those cases of cancer, and that's what gets me excited.
And that's really interesting, especially about the cancer research. Are you partnering with other organizations, such as the American Cancer Society, to develop these apps?
So
or
if you're listening, give me a call. But no,
okay.
We are trying not to establish very robust partnerships, because ultimately, once we finish our tool, which is in the next month or two, anybody can log in and create a task and export that. And there's no real need for us as an organization to engage with each one of those organizations. It's not scalable for us to call every single person and work with them. And so it's my hope that once we improve the user experience and finish building out the tool, that American Cancer Association, Heart, Lung Association, whatever, can use these tools to engage their members, the millions of people that they have and that are supporters of their work, to actually do real work for the organizations. And,
awesome.
Yeah.
And you mentioned in the presentation the scalability model, which is a great it's a great part of your entire app. Can you touch upon how is it financially scalable?
Sure. Well,
or sustainable. How is it financially sustainable?
Sure.
And two, how is it scalable?
So our goal is to deliver the most amount of social good possible. We are a social enterprise. We are not a nonprofit, but our mission is based on social good. That's the only bottom line we have. But we have a lot more flexibility with a for-profit business structure. So with a subscription fee each month, a very small fee, $10, $20, we're still trying to optimize that pricing structure. We believe that will be sustainable, especially as we get thousands of organizations starting to use the system on a monthly basis. And number two, that being the point, is that this isn't about one organization or 2 or 5 or 10. This is about changing the paradigm of how thousands of organizations engage with their databases of tens of thousands of people. And that's what the power of what we facilitate is 100,000 people with a few minutes of spare time over the course of a month or a year is a tremendous amount of human energy that's right now being wasted. And we can harness that, and we can channel that to social good. And that's what The Extraordinaries does.
All via a mobile phone.
Yeah, all via mobile. Well, no, actually. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a web widget. So you can install it on your desktop, as well as organizations can embed that in their website, so visitors to the website can actually do tasks with the organization. For us, it's anywhere with a screen. So when you're sitting in JetBlue or Virgin America with that screen right in front of you, the airline, you got 6 hours with nothing to do except stare at the screen. I mean, that's where we want to be too. Anywhere where there's a screen is ultimately what we do. But mobile phone makes the most sense right now because if you're going to harness 5 minutes of someone's spare time, it's going to be through their smartphone, these devices that we carry on ourselves 24 hours a day.
Excellent, excellent. And one last question, well, I guess two pieces. What are some of your next steps, and how can people help?
Sure. Well, we need funding, so we've bootstrapped over the last 7 months, and we've gotten pretty far. And we're really, really proud of our team. I mean, there's just fantastic people working with us. But we could always use more help. So if there are, coders out there or people who have experience with press and communications to help raise awareness, or frankly anybody who's willing to just help us break the app to be a beta tester, we could really use that. The next steps for us is to finish development and launch a pilot, and then a few months after that, open nationally.
And what is your website to download this app onto your phone?
Sure. Our beta app is http://download.beextra.org. That's BEEXTRA.org, as in be extraordinary. So if you have a few minutes free, be extraordinary. That's the idea.
Excellent. Thank you so much,
You bet.
Jacob.